I mean, I understand maybe just like, you cut everywhere, 30% or something, just to, just because of, it makes sense to just do it uniform like that. But certain areas are just, their bare bones are just non-existent in the upcoming 2 weeks.
Bare bones to non-existent, Sam. Sam, well,
Quinn.
I hate to tell you this, but I'll admit this isn't entirely a social call. I don't suppose any of those areas would be in Snohomish, say, or near the northern Snohomish-Bellevue border.
I mean, yeah, that's some of the areas.
Would another one of those areas be in Renton, near my house, actually?
What exactly is that?
Actually, wait, have I told Sam where I live?
I assume not.
Probably not. Yeah,
If you want to change that,
yeah, near
give some address.
near the art gallery is what I'll say. You know,
I
near
mean,
that.
I can take a look. Looks like the on-call schedule for that area is not decided yet for the week after, but this week seems reasonable, I guess.
Well, here's the thing, Sam. We think that there might be a third party trying to make some openings in KE's patrols in those areas in order to hit some corporate executives and their family.
Hmm.
And well, you know me, Sam. I'm a man who believes that whatever your differences might be with another corporation, family is sacred. It's just it's a shame that what people will try to do these days.
That's right.
And I'm afraid, Sam, now I don't want to get you into hot water. And I know you're worried about rocking the boat, but at the same time, this doesn't look like some garden variety business. I've got a few names here in front of me, and well, I'll just read you off the first one. Kesseleth the Evil One.
That's some name.
Yeah.
Doesn't ring any bells to me, but sounds like some silly gangers gone a little bit too crazy in the head.
Well, I wish that were true, Sam, but from our research, and I won't get into specifics because you know from the people I've brought you that sometimes our research ends up going on to some hot people. We're pretty sure Kessless is a dragon.
Ouch.
That's not funny joke there. That's it just seems a bit stupid. Well, I'm not. Maybe I missed something here. I don't mean to be rude, but what exactly is the actual reason for the call?
Sam, have you known me to joke about you when I pay you business calls?
I mean, frankly, no. So I'm just a bit caught off guard here. Your humor's not getting through over the phone, I guess is what I'm saying.
Sam, I ain't joking. I'm telling you, I think there's a dragon manipulating the Seattle's KE branch.
I mean, like I said, the on-call schedules do look a little bit weird, but that's a bit of a jump, don't you think?
I have a little more evidence than that, Sam. Quite a bit more, in fact.
Uh-huh.
Well,
What do you mean, aha?
well, look, Sam. We've done a lot of Sam. How about a different name I have on my list here? Have you heard anything about the Dark Moon Blades?
Fucking Dark Souls gangs.
I
don't know.
I don't know anything myself. I heard someone. I heard one of my superiors mention that the other day, just in passing. So technically yes, so I couldn't tell you anything about them.
Well, they're Kessleth's people, and we're pretty sure they are involved. This ain't a joke, Sam. Now I'm calling you. Now I understand, Sam, you're worried about that bonus, and you're worried about rocking the boat. But there's another way to get a big bonus around Christmas time, and not just a bonus, Sam, but a big promotion. And that's if you were to stop some big bad motherfucker from screwing around with the only thing that stands between the fair people of Seattle and chaos. I've known you a long time, Sam. And I think you would, if given that opportunity, would absolutely do what you could to protect your city and Knight Errant from those terrible threats.
All right, so he's going to slowly, get what you're getting at. So,
All
so
right.
what exactly can I do?
Well, as I see it, there's a number of options in front of you. But honestly, Sam, you're the one that knows KE better than I do. Now, do you have a superior, and it might need to be a superior a fair bit up the ladder, that you really trust? A man that even a dragon wouldn't be able to get to?
That, I don't think I do.
You don't think you do?
I mean, that no one can get to?
Well, that a dragon would have a hard time getting to. I mean, Sam, obviously we go far enough the ladder. You've got Damian Knight. Dragons
mean,
ain't gonna get to him.
Yeah, but
There's gotta be
there is
something in
a
between.
point of how far my reach extends, and I'd say I have some people that I think are good, honest guys that only want to do what's best, and I would be surprised if they did wrong, but definitely not that I would bet that they'd keep up for some crazy manipulation.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sam, there's a couple of ways we can go about this. Now, the simplest thing we can try to do is to try to figure out who it is that Kesslith is probably manipulating to get these patrols. Expose that. And then, you'll be the one who found that out. And, get the patrols back in place, and there won't be any problem. And I've looked into this dragon. He generally doesn't act directly for things like this. He's probably acting through his Dark Moon blades. Now, we could find that out and get you free, and we would need your help, Sam, to do that, because we don't know where to start looking. But if you gave us, say, the right sort of place to look, we can find it. I can assure you of that. And we could just expose that, and you could do that. You would get the credit, and I bet there'd be a nice bonus for you. And more importantly, Sam, you'd probably be able to get into a position where you could do even more good. That's one option. And that's the low risk option, Sam. Now, that's what you could do if you just want to be a good cop. And that'd be a great thing, because Seattle needs good cops. It needs good people. But then there's another option, Sam,
Oh my god, I love this play.
where you can be a hero. And the hero, and basically, okay, so I've RP'd a lot, and since we are on a time constraint, I'm just going to sort of suggest the alternative is Sam, brings in somebody close to the top, and they really get to the bottom of this conspiracy and maybe expose some of Kesslith and the Dark Moon blades. Obviously with our help doing some Matrix support. And in particular, if we could do something along those lines, I would love to set up a trap for Kesslith where the trap was, KE. Because, as Slash has observed many times in the past, you cannot out-escalate KE.
They are pretty good when they put their minds to it.
Also, I'm not saying that I have a Firewatch team statted for you to use, Jose. But I do have a Firewatch team statted for you to use.
Wisdom by white magic.
All right. So,
But
he says he'll take into consideration. What I'm going to do is, if I find anything suspicious, I'm going to, try to let you know immediately, especially, what, my fellow coworkers may or may not be doing, and, I'll see what I can do about this gang, and, if we can bust them up before anything big happens, that'd be fantastic.
all right, great. And then I'll end that call, and then I'll immediately make another call.
Okay.
And this call will be to Giselle Montoya.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna ask Giselle, like, all right, who's doing this shit? Who's on the take?
Okay.
And she's also loyalty 5, so she's. Oh wait,
It's gonna
actually.
change the name of my K contact because we're gonna get confused.
Well, no. Here, I'll change mine. Giselle will be what's a great name for a cop?
Well, you can figure that in the text chat background. So the summary is that there's there are some large amounts of donations that have come in from concerned people who want to make sure that Kay didn't misconstrue some stuff that was going on.
Of course.
And so because of that it'd just be fantastic if they sort of laid off of certain areas and didn't look into a few things. And it's a bit complicated. You get the feeling that maybe they're trying to put out a handful of these in different areas to make it non-obvious what the actual target is. But you will notice that amongst these areas is the plan for that on in just a short period of time there'll be basically a dearth of officers in the Renton area, and a couple streets closed off.
Okay, so is there, like, say, some timing on when that's going to happen?
Well, it's the exact time has not been stated. It's just that they're supposed to do this whenever they get the order to.
Okay, so I'm going to say to Giselle, to Montoya, that for her own safety, stay the fuck away from that op, because it's going to get real hot.
Okay.
And second, if she can let me know when it's coming.
That can be done.
Yeah, that all right, great. And that'll be that call. And I'll say to her that if she does that, I'll try to make sure that she gets some of the credit for if we do end up exposing some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
she'll get some of the credit too.
Of course.
I like the idea of O'Grady and Montoya being like, one is the bad boy, one is the. They actually end up teaming. No, anyway,
Yeah.
Okay, they are in different areas. So yeah, never mind. But yes, so all right, and those will be my calls to some contacts.
All right.
And Slash, you're up.
Yeah. So basically, I'll be calling my contact. She's an honest cop, an honest detective,
Mm-hmm.
with very similar powers to O'Grady, actually.
Mm-hmm.
With 6 connection and 6 loyalty.
Ooh, she might actually be the superior that O'Grady works with. We need to get these guys together.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me
I like to imagine everybody in K is either like honest cop, honor crusade, or like hopelessly corrupt. Except for like one dude who's just like there to get a paycheck, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
So your conversation will be pretty similar to the one Whitewood had with O'Grady. Essentially there's there's been notice of a handful of oddities as of late, and oddities that are maybe a bit more than necessary given the obvious adjustments to the weather and events and whatnot. And it certainly seems like just for the next 2 weeks or so, certain areas, rent, particularly a subset of Renton included, will have a very small amount of KE presence, and except for a couple checkpoints temporarily set up to sort of bar off an area, which is a little bit weird. Maybe there's some parade or something, but just a quick check didn't really show up any sort of event. But maybe it's some minor thing to sort of boost K involvement in the community or something. There are potential answers there, but it just seems suspicious.
Okay. And I'd like, I'll be like, hey, you should look into that. And in fact, I've gotten word that an Officer O'Grady is also looking into this scenario, and
Really
you should probably work with him.
Yeah.
And in addition, I'd like to call in that favor, Giselle. I really want you to deal with this.
Okay.
And I think also suggest to them that if they hear that it's not just that the road should be cordoned off, but that an op may be happening, that you might be able to provide some boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what I want
And
you to
I
do
will
is
I will cash my chip in.
okay. So what I want you to do is both of you roll the connection ×2, just to sort of see the potency of their assistance. Okay. All right. If no one else has anything, we'll move on to the next day.
Let's see. So White did stuff. Slash did stuff. Toaster, do you want to do anything?
Not really much left for me to look into specifically.
Are there more players? Maybe some searches for that, or more stuff about Tim Reynolds, Albanian Kyle, Xanathos, some way to get into the Dark Moon's Blade host. Oh, who BJ is. We really need to find out who BJ is. The one with the ritual link to
Yes,
Brittany.
the
That
ritual
would
linker.
be really valuable to search.
Excuse me, did I just hear Albanian Kyle?
Yes.
You may have.
Yes.
Who the fuck is Albanian Kyle? What the hell did happen now?
The best
He
arms
w- he
war in
would-
history.
He
That's all you
he,
need
he,
to know.
he got the bomb for your car, Baylife.
He tried to kill you.
You were there when Elizabeth told you that information.
Whoa. He didn't try to kill you.
He
No,
was
no, no.
respond.
He merely delivered the bomb.
Explosives.
Yes.
Sold.
From him.
Sold.
Yeah.
Sold, yes. Anyway, yeah, so that's
I don't know if Matrix search entitled "Where Can I Find BJ" is a good one, James.
so White gives you like the entire SimSense recording of the meet.
Quick fun fact, Albanian Kyle is not even Albanian. He's probably never even been to Europe.
So yeah. So Toaster, give me your matrix search for that,
Sure.
and then you might as well just toss in your analyze information roll with in plus logic plus analytical mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to boost me to the.
Yes, you are boosted. Behold.
BJ plus Simpson.
Oh wait, you mean the analyze?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Roll it afterwards if necessary.
Yeah. I'm
Listen. The Matrix unfolds in front of you. The veil gets pulled back. You realize BJ plus Simpsons
Oh God.
is actually.
It's not bad.
Albanian Kyle sounds like the name of someone who's involved with the dirty movies.
Alright, give me that analytical mind roll. Alright.
hot. Shit.
So combined with your searching and White's recordings and White and Vex and Baylife giving a retelling of the story of the train job.
Yep.
You're able to sort of piece together. There were a couple players involved in that job. Perhaps too many for the clusterfuck that it was. Yes. And you'll note that it was a little bit weird because not only were you given your job about collecting the pictures, but there was also there seemed to be other people. In addition to the enemies that you called in to attack the train, there was yet another group that was attacking a VIP in the last 3 cars. In addition to Horizon being there. Yeah.
We they might have let me off the leash. It might have happened.
It was an epic. It was an epic combat scene between 2 martial artists.
Yeah. So besides Horizon's movie and Gun Show and the
Brawler
Alamos goons and the people trying to assassinate the president of some corp, you shift dig through all the bullshit and you're able to eventually figure out a bit more about the Johnson and find a way to connect him back to Xanathos.
All right.
Okay, so he's Xanathos. So Xanathos is the one with the link to Brittany. So that's really good news because that means that she's not gonna be dying from that, and we can just not have to worry about it. Probably.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a really quick search, Jose.
Okay.
Something very important.
Okay.
Is America connected to either Horizon or Ares via some sort of painting and/or thing deal?
Might even say to any megacorp for that matter.
I don't care. The other ones I don't care. I want to know if it's
Well, I
specifically
mean-
one of those two.
You obviously care about SK binary.
Yeah, your
This is
employer.
for a completely different reason. Completely
Okay.
different reason.
Okay.
If you want to get into that.
Not in any useful sense. You get the feeling that a couple people may have records on her for some reason, which is a little maybe unlikely, but not clear why, and it doesn't seem to be that it's a high priority in any sense. It's more of like a passing curiosity by Wuxing and some others.
Okay.
I see.
To know.
Good.
Never again.
All right. And with that, I think we're done for today, although Vex hasn't actually Rolo-Vexed. I think all he did was an astral doppelganger and a assist on my watchers.
Yeah. So in that case, there's a few things that I'd like to do. One, do we have I forget, are we shoving the daughter in a specific location for most of the time?
Oh, that's right. We need to talk to Brittany and get her to move to the bakery.
Okay.
That I had forgot to put that on the list. Thank you,
Right,
Vex.
Yep. That, and then also, if we have that, do we want to set up some bullshit ward stuff?
Yes, I think that's whether she moves to the bakery or stays in her place, wherever she is, we definitely want some bullshit wards. And what also would be great to have is, say, a Trid phantasm.
Go on.
Of her in the baker, in the gallery, wherever she actually is sort of irrelevant.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not. It's just a thought
Alright,
that I had.
so step 1, see if you can convince her to do something.
Yes. So that actually sounds like a Vex job to me.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Another thing is just like I guess just handle these in roles because we know I talk for way too fucking much sometimes.
If you would like to summarize it as a negotiation role, that would be a quick way to do it.
Okay, that and then also like the role of X. Like, I wanted to test the waters on what you guys thought about the cast general calling him in and basically playing the fact that in the current lore right now. The cast and Ares are becoming closer and closer to the same thing, and basically use that to help boost what Jay and Slash just did.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I also really like the idea, Benny, of using any of your really high loyalty contacts to like see if we can get like a vector by which we can get intel on Kesslith and the Dark Moon Blades directly.
Okay. Yeah.
And maybe again, we still would like to know if there are any more players. I feel like those are all really good roll of X usages.
All right. I had to reset my computer again, so if anyone has access to my PDF and sees something that they want me to use, let me use it. Or you go ahead and let me know. Similarly, I want to say that I have 12 dice in negotiation, and basically the idea would be, Vex just kind of. Casually mentions to her all of the different ways that that she can be safe, and that really there's absolutely nothing wrong with you doing what you want, sweetheart. But I think what's more important right now is not necessarily what you do in a week, but what you do in a lifetime. And I'd hate for those to be the same thing.
That's actually a pretty great line because her initial comeback, as she's given many times before, is essentially that her father manages to piss off a lot of people, and it's generally always been fine as long as she sort of stays away from that, and she doesn't want to interrupt her life. But that short-term thing does have some worth to it. So she's in the middle of a project, but assuming that you can make some appropriate at least like non-trash negotiation roll and not trip up your words, you will be able to convince her to leave in about a week once she finishes the current painting that she has going, and she'll move for a short while if need be.
Well, that's perfectly reasonable. I appreciate that. Now, this here is my friend. He's going to do like a trid phantasm of the spirit that he's going to be using to guide her. I was like, now, if it's all right, sweetheart, he's going to be here for you in whatever way you need. You just let him know, and he will take care of it for you. He will keep you safe. He will keep you happy. You understand?
I mean, just keep him right outside the the gallery, so it so none of my customers are weirded out in any way, and that seems fine.
Oh, well, absolutely. I wouldn't dream of making anything wrong. In fact, and he'll snap his fingers, and the trid phantasm will go away. But there's like still a feeling of the magic in the air, and he'll say, you won't even see him, and the things you feel about him will be rather pleasant.
Oh my god.
Okay. But yeah, essentially, as long as he's outside the gallery, you'll be fine to stack your spirit there, and so she promises to leave by Friday.
Okay, is that good with the group?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
All
seems
right.
quite reasonable. Who's Jonathan Frank specs?
Johnny Franks is an Auric Aurora initiate.
But what does that mean?
He's a hermetic mage who deals with magical threats and magical knowledge. Is based in Seattle and has moved up the ranks in a not so secret magical society.
I feel like magical society, not so secret magical society, magical threats might be a good way to like try to learn something about a dragon, but I don't know. That was the only one I saw on your sheet that stood out at me.
You are, as the kids say, not wrong. Let's do that. He is what 6'5" these days, or
Yeah, he's 6'5". You have surprisingly few loyalty 5 contacts.
well, I feel like that's fair for Vex.
Yeah, no, that is. I know. I was more remarking there are so many of these, and they're most. But yeah, it wasn't at all a criticism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
anyways, you'll be able to get a little bit of information. So, Kesselith as a, he's a name that's been heard around a little bit. Very few people, who have direct interaction with him dare, share information, since it's not safe. But, occasionally some people, do so anyways, or they see things from far and are not involved, and he seems to have a pretty direct approach. He's not someone that people usually say no to, and the few times they do, those people stop talking permanently. So he kind of just assumes that everything sort of will go his way, and rarely is disappointed by that. In fact, almost never, it seems. But because of this, he generally will go in with seemingly few assistants, as you've noted from other sources. He usually has backup from afar, but yeah, otherwise he's just a bit more of a man of action. Not necessarily the cleverest, although that is a relative thing, very much so.
I see. He relies on tenacity more than cunning.
Yes, I mean he has the ability to be cunning, but if the rumors are true, it's that is cunning compared to us mere mortals, and perhaps not cunning compared to his peers, which may or may not has been a bit of his downfall.
I see.
Essentially, he is he thinks himself clever, and he probably is a bit clever, but he gets used kind of often.
Gotcha.
If you look in sort of the greater scheme of politics, he thinks himself a badass, and he goes around accomplishing a lot of stuff, but to whose ultimate benefit?
If he weren't so damn tough, he'd be higher up on the dragon food chain.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Is there anything else that we think we can get from this guy? I'm drawing a blank at the moment, and I apologize for that.
I think that's probably. I mean, that gives us a lot of information. We can bait Kesselith. We've got a pretty good picture of him, I think.
Okay.
If we can just break his communication with his support, he might end up being quite vulnerable.
I am going to do a bit of a shot in the dark here, and I'll just say, you haven't dealt with the Dark Moon Blades yourself in any way, have you?
No.
That's a damn shame. Well, it's a good thing in some ways, but it's also a damn shame in others.
Do we want to coordinate our approach to Kesseleth with what's his name?
The CEO, Renault? Or...
No, with Xanthos.
Oh, right. So we still have make Xanthos our ally on the list, and
and we need to get back, or we don't have to, but the Respin Valron's still awaiting us.
Yes.
With some
also,
for.
Yeah, he still hasn't. Also, a point occurs to me. If Xanthos were to just take Kesselith back into his good graces, Kesselith would no longer have any motivation to do any of this stuff.
Yeah. So what do we want to do? Xanthos has a destiny, and we are to decide who his destiny is.
Clearly. But in any event, I guess we're still waiting on Respin getting back to us.
No, we were going to get back to him.
No, I thought we gave him the line about you can either tread water, or you can gain ground, and he said I'll get back to you.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably right.
Rispin said that he may get back to you, or he may just take action without further communication.
I see. Hmm. Interesting. All right. I mean, talking to Xanthos does seem like it would be valuable.
Yeah.
However, in the interest of time and the fact that Shiki had mentioned that there was sort of an early encounter to get to, I don't know. I don't know if that cop thing that we heard about might be that encounter, but if it is, I for the streets thing, I for one would be wholly in favor of like skipping to tomorrow because I don't think we have anything else left to do, and maybe trying to have that combat encounter if that is indeed what you had in mind, Joseph.
Essentially.
Okay, so I think we're done for today then, guys. Yeah, we've
So
done our-
much legwork.
All right.
Holy shit.
Hey, that list is now mostly crossed off now, guys.
I might want to use the time that I do have to put up like a charge ward in the bakery. No, I guess because you guys have customers. Fuck. Never mind.
Well, no. The ward would be at the gallery. She hasn't agreed to move yet.
Right.
But the ward only affects astral stuff. You can totally put up a charged ward there.
Oh, that's right.
It's not a circle of
All right.
protection. It's
Yeah.
not a physical.
I'll have a conversation with her, letting her know that I'd like to do that before I actually go ahead and do that, and then I'll have to ask how big this gallery is.
Probably the gallery isn't going to be a big concern. The big concern is, do you want?
Okay.
But you have full edge. I think you can just do that through the night.
So the gallery already has
Hello?
a barrier around it.
Oh. Also, I don't. We lost Benny.
Benny dead.
He might be switching to his computer now that he's rebooted it.
Probably. Maybe.
The fuck did Spin just link?
Okay, there you are.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the lodge thing.
Yeah, the
I
lodge
always
is the
forget about
issue.
the lodge.
I do too. Like we actually did our watchers at switches in my house. I assume Benny says something hilariously dismissive of the fact that it is merely high lifestyle.
He
Oh yeah,
says-
and go ahead.
Oh yeah. So, just to speed things through, so we can get to that combat before folk have to sign off. Can we say that I do it, or do you need me to RP through that?
You do it. Let's move on.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
All right. So yeah, we go to bed. I think we're done, and everybody rests and regains edge unless the fight happens in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's basically correct.
Oh, it
Or sorry, I mean,
Does-
it's fine that you can sleep through the night. Sorry. Make that more clear.
Sure. Okay. Actually, I assume that Vex, Baylife, and Garo would probably stay watch since they had full edge.
Sure. Yeah.
Although, wait, no, we now have the Spirit Net. Nobody needs to stay watch. The spirits are hilariously good at watching people.
Good.
Yes. And okay, then I guess the next day we'll get a call from maybe Ms. Montoya or somebody in KE.
I mean, not tomorrow, but
Okay.
If no one does anything, tomorrow will go by without any real issues.
Okay, let's. Could we perhaps say that we might retroactively do some legwork tomorrow, if, like, in the interest of finishing the combat?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Okay.
Good.
So, in that case, a little bit of time goes by, and physically, where are you located? Like, just on average.
We're probably still in the Renton HQ simply because it looks like the gallery
The
is
hotel.
yeah, the gallery is the hotel. The gallery seems like the most vulnerable spot at this
Yes.
point.
That is quite reasonable.
And if we get a tip off from our contacts or someone, we can always get up to Snohomish pretty quickly.
Mhm.
Actually, on that note, is that helicopter that Benny flies around in actually lifestyle soakable by him in Soltero? Because a movement helicopter might actually be really relevant if we do need to book it up there.
A movement helicopter. Oh my fucking god.
Certainly not
It's
in a combat sense, but for
Yeah.
mere.
Yeah, we parachute out of the helicopter. That's all I meant. Not the
okay.
helicopter fights. Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? Parachutes?
I have one.
The other thing is you're not going to have it just like be in the helicopter all day.
No. We would get the helicopter if we need to get across town on short
yeah.
notice. That's what I meant. No, certainly not. No. Not yet.
Not yet. It's on the list.
There it is on the list. I have a lot of things on my list.
Good. Why are we talking in memes, man? Like, we've been talking in memes this whole, 12 hours we've been sitting here together. Like,
Yes.
yes. Good. To shreds, you say. Like, holy shit.
Yes. In any event,
Memes for free.
let them indeed.
All right.
Yes.
So, you guys will be in your hotel for a while, and at some point, you'll get a call up from your little contact friends. And see two K officers, and I forget who the other one was, but they'll tip you off that there's actually definitely something amiss, and it seems to be coming to a head here. This despite the on-call schedule, having some people sweeping the area. Just I heard that there's they were just suddenly called off completely, and that sort of struck me as a little bit odd. And since you asked me to tell you, if anything was out of the ordinary, that definitely seemed appropriate. And I've heard of those barricades are going up, which is also a bit ahead of schedule. But they have the equipment there, so I assume they're already up now.
All right. So, and is that Snohomish or the gallery?
Well, in a couple areas, but the gallery is one of them, and the headquarters is not.
Okay. Is the home threatened by the barriers?
Nope.
Okay, so just all right. So the gallery is the only place we need to protect. We'll set up there.
All right. So how are you getting over there?
How far away is it by car? Like we tried to grab up. We didn't explicitly define exactly where we were, but we wanted to get really close to the gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well there my character is right next to the red X of the gallery, so very, very, very close.
Yeah. So from the hotel you can rush over there pretty quickly.
Is it within 1.5 kilometers?
That's a great question.
Better question.
The gallery itself might just be.
Better question. Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Is it within 3 kilometers?
Definitely
And will you
3
let
kilometers.
Will you let me make extreme shots with Vision Mag at the extreme range penalty?
That seems appropriate.
All right.
Oh, yes.
So who wants to go over physically? Just what?
White, I actually don't know if you want to, Vex. You might. I'm not sure. But White definitely, and he'll slot a bodyguard BTL to protect Brittany, to protect America.
Wait, you have those?
Fucking yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he doesn't have to spend edge to protect the fucking principal.
This is the first usage of a beetle I've ever seen in Shadowrun, guys.
Then
Binary.
Doesn't it have the downside that you have to protect the principal?
you have to protect them. It doesn't
Yeah.
say you have to protect the principal.
Okay.
I would interpret that as you can't protect anyone else. Would be the real drawback there.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Garo
So,
would come
I would
and
actually like to say that Binary should also stay in the hotel, and that
seems
I will
solid.
slot one for Binary.
Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so definitely White, definitely Garo. I assume actually is Baylife pretending to be the CEO right now.
Naturally.
That is a good point. He would be.
Could the CEO come down to visit his dear daughter
At a very high speed.
at well, you know, he's a CEO. He flies around in helicopters, you know, all the time.
That is true. Does Baylife have a parachute? That's the real question.
That is the real question.
No, but he does have a high lifestyle.
I don't know about that, but you do know a guy with a luxury lifestyle that could probably
Yeah,
loan you.
so Saltero, do you still have some of those Second World War parachutes, artifacts lying around in your house?
Saltero pulls open the wall that he punched holes in earlier, peels off the wall segment, revealing 5 parachutes.
See, I told you that it's all good. It's a benefit. You didn't have to access it now that there's a hole there.
Yes.
So, I do have a question to ask because it depends on how much the team is going to force me to be shipped. Right.
Uh-huh.
What is that question?
Question is, do you want me to come because of that reason?
If they're
No,
dating,
no, we absolutely want you to stay back home where Soltero can protect you from
Yes.
incoming fire.
That's all I want.
I can't. I just want at some point somehow them to attack you and me to just cross like from the balcony to the other side of the room behind the table, jump into Binary, get down.
Why the fuck is Saltero so epic? Oh my god.
Okay.
Noble stack,
so,
I've ever heard of it.
All right. So splitting
Assuming we can
parties is
take
annoying
FBA
here.
on this without any trouble.
Yeah, I
Well, yeah,
assumed.
they could be like invisible if that becomes relevant.
All right. So everyone who is going to be at the art gallery, place yourselves.
If Jay, if you have the space, I would love a single will boost.
I unfortunately do not. However, I may have a spirit with that. I don't. Sorry, Binary.
All right.
In probably after this run, I will be able to provide you that through bound spirits, but they have not. They are not all Force 9.
So movement or glue strip for the last power for the spirit?
I actually like movement a lot because it can use it offensively. Although, no, glue
Okay.
strip. Mine has movement.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say because
but
this is a force
Fucking
12.
damn glue
We
strip.
can get movement in a variety of other ways. Glue
Yeah.
strip is glue strip is, as Jay likes to recall, a savage beating.
Yes, yes, it is.
Interesting wording.
and I'd like to try out something interesting, if that's all right. Which is,
All right.
I know that I am oftentimes the weak link in combat since Vex is not directly there and it's one of his spirits. If it's okay with the GM, I'm okay with either Soltero or White taking over the spirit. It also removes me from directly doing things for the spirit. I can also do it.
Sure. I would be happy to control it for you.
Okay.
But
I-
yeah, I don't think it's necessary, but sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just try to limit my how I limit the group as much as I can.
You
I
don't
don't-
limit.
I don't think in combat it's a huge deal, Benny. But
Yeah, you're the
I
gentle
don't-
Benny. Don't worry.
I don't think you're really limiting in a lot of ways. But anyway, yeah, moving right along.
Good
Alright.
Benny.
So it's just the three of you here.
Looks that way. Is Benny physically coming along? Is Vex physically coming along, or is he just sending the spirit?
He's sending the spirit until he is needed. Since you guys are in alert mode, he will be kind of fucking around in the astral, ready to zip over if need be.
Okay, so he's in astral mode. Solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this a meter or? Oh.
Well, I think this should be to scale.
But it's feet instead of meters.
Yeah. Let's just change that to meters.
Aha! Very good. Now I can really move.
I'll put my guy down. How do I get a smaller icon?
What's this gray zone?
Those are just other buildings.
All right. I'll position myself here.
Okay.
Hi, Mark Twain.
It's fucking Mark Twain, people.
Did you want me to get a second picture for the spirit, or is Mark Twain okay for now until Vex piping?
Yeah,
in?
actually, maybe let's just do that real quick.
Okay, all right. What's the best way? Actually, if you have a photo, I'm okay with using that photo for the sake of expediency.
Let's give you an extra sheet or whatever.
Okay, cool.
You can update the stats on or whatever if you want to, if you have the time. But anyways,
Okay.
so yeah, this is the crew here on the physically here. These three, Garo, Baylife, and White. Binary, Switch, and Soltero are back at the hotel, and Vex is on the astral nearby. Excellent. So White additionally has his one of his spirits here, and Vex has a spirit here. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then just what sustain spells do you guys have?
White
Or
has a bunch of
besides your regular quickens.
armor on me. I will be physically glowing. And White and the Spirit will actually try to be inside the building with Brittany if we can be.
Well, they're not going to want you inside the building.
Okay.
Particularly if you have any, if this seems like a high alert type time, they want to make sure you guys
Are the clear
aren't
targets.
aren't a potential threat, both in the sense of you doing something untowards, as well as making the enemy go towards you. You are sort of the front line of defense, so stay
All right.
away.
No, I am happy being out in front and obvious to hit. And
Are you sure?
yeah. Actually, if that's, do I actually want a man?
All right, so Binary, I assume that you're looking in the general area, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. So
I'll also, Cheeky, because of the TACnet, I am buying 7 hits on both visual and hearing
okay.
through everyone's senses. Let me know if I ever need to roll more than that.
Okay. Well, if Binary would like to give me a matrix perception.
Sure.
So I assume being on high alert means that you are looking.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Is it fair for me to use my agents?
Sorry, was that?
Oh, am I allowed use of my agents?
That seems reasonable.
And the man spirit is sustaining a mana barrier around all of us.
So you have 3 agents, Binary, assuming you have 2.
Perfect.
In fact,
Actually-
4.
It's
Do you-
actually
Do you want a
Except
big
for
fuck off
hacking, you're
one?
already done.
Wait, do you want another big fuck off one up there?
I will never say no to more mana barriers.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's if there's a 12-meter radius that I can fit everyone in, they're gonna be in that.
Alright, so just draw me your mana barriers.
So
So if Soltero ever turns on both of his knives, he has to test at the end of the week.
It's actually kind of funny.
If he turns on both his knives and his key focus in this at the same time, which is actually surprisingly often, he has to test at the end of the run.
so I'm going to say that. Oh wait, could you make me like a third token, Shiki?
Sure.
Where's Salt Arrow and Bornery Swatch?
God.
I'm just going to put you in the corner.
Mhm.
Or I should say you can just drag yourselves to a corner somewhere. Just so you have access to your tokens.
Let's hang out in this top left corner binary.
Okay.
Legit to me.
I feel like the nice and dirty trick, if we can change the size of a mana barrier to smaller than the force, right?
Of course.
Yeah, because
I
I'm thinking
assume so.
the nice dirty trick that we can do is put the force 12 mana barrier behind all of your barriers.
Mm-hmm.
Do one of you have a spare sustain slot or something?
I do not, unfortunately.
What you need?
I could use a fuck off improve reflexes.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that on a bound. That or Vex can also do it. You're probably rolling more than me, than my spirit.
Plus, if I can just be your support guy, I'm okay with that. So,
Holy shit.
Do you have
yeah.
combat sense or anything else like that? Or Venny, analyze
Deflection?
device.
analyze device, deflection, are both
This-
coming your way as well.
I actually can give you a detection spell. / I have a focus for that. It may
Okay.
go down though if we get hit with any.
Yeah, I'd
kind
rather
of-
not go
Yeah,
down.
have it from Benny. Have it from Benny.
Okay, here we go. First up is going to be the big fuck off, increased reflexes.
Actually, I'd rather do analyze device first because it's
Oh,
the one
right, good point.
cares
good point.
most about the opposed.
I'll cash in a service from my Force 11 bitch ass spirit. So we're going to roll with 34 dice.
Nice. This is the part where Vex is like, by the way, despite how bad I seem, I in fact still magic 12.
Yes.
You can all die now.
Worth the edge. Or do we want to just use another service?
I feel like if you can afford the reagents, it might be better to just try to get a better initial roll because 8 on 34 sucks.
At this point, reagents mean nothing to me.
Alright.
It's it's just a number.
As long as we don't go negative.
We're getting close, but all right. So 32 dice. So 32 reagents. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh,
All right.
that's... I was saying reroll the spell. Like
Oh,
start over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
And you also rolled too many anyway. So just scrub that edge and start over.
Okay. All right, one more go around,
Wow.
and then that's
Yeah.
what I've
What
heard.
the fuck is that?
Yeah. So also, Mr. GM, White's going. While all this is happening, White is going to take 3 of his grenades. He's going to turn them wireless on. He's going to slay them to his Caliban, not to binary or anything. They're not going to run silent. And